You have a lot of bottles of wine and no place to put them. Stick around and I'll show you how to build this 56 bottle lattice wine rack. Hi, as I say in the intro, today I'm going to be building a wine rack. Currently I'm in the process of utilizing our space better, and after all these years of visiting wineries, it turns out that no matter how many bottles you drink, you always have a surplus. Currently we've been using a few different smaller wine racks to hold everything, as well as some boxes and just random storage, and it's gotten a little unruly. So in an effort to consolidate all this, I decided to build a wine rack. The design I wanted to go with would be something fairly simple, which is why I chose a lattice wine rack. This lattice wine rack would allow me to hold a standard 3-inch diameter bottle of wine at about a foot tall. I also want to add a tabletop to this lattice wine rack so I can place larger bottles that are too big for the lattice wine rack. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to design a lattice wine rack that would hold a standard bottle of wine. The dimensions of a standard bottle of wine are 3 inches in diameter with a length of a foot. Using these dimensions, I was able to find a vertical spacing of 2¼ inches between rungs to be optimal to hold a bottle, and a horizontal spacing of 3¾ inches to be a good height between the top of one rung to the bottom of the other. And I chose my depth to be 1 foot, as this was a standard length of a bottle of wine. In designing the wine rack, I want to come up with something that would be under 40 inches in width and have a height of around 32 inches. I also want the tabletop to overhang by ½ inch on all 4 sides. Using the dimensions needed to hold a single bottle and the tabletop overhang I wanted, I came up with these equations to figure out the amount of rows and columns I would need. The extra number on the end of each equation account for the lengths and widths of the tabletop and legs. I determined that a 56 bottle wine rack, or 8 columns by 7 rows, to work out best for my situation. The lattice wine rack itself has only 5 unique pieces. These bottom legs, these uprights, which hold the rungs together, the rungs themselves, these top supports that hold the tabletop, and the tabletop. The reason these top supports have these grooves in them is so I can use these tabletop fasteners or Z-clips to secure the tabletop to the wine rack. This will hold the tabletop to the wine rack and allow the wood to expand or contract with any change in humidity without putting any stress on the wood if it were permanently screwed down. Here is a build list of everything I'll need. To also make assembly easier and consistent, I'll cut myself the following spacers. Let's get to building. So we're going to grab 2 of our upright boards, place one in the corner here and the other one there. We're going to take one of our 9-inch spacers and we're going to butt it up against the one in the corner, making sure that this one is contacting both the bottom side and the up side. And then we're going to bring this other upright here, butt up against the 9-inch spacer. And then we're going to grab our second 9-inch spacer and we're going to throw this other one about 8 inches above the other one, just to make sure we're keeping that 9-inch spacing all along our column. All right, now we're going to take, out of our 7 rungs that we're going to need, we're going to take one, and we're going to apply a little bit of glue on each side, just a nice little strip about 1 inch long, and then we're going to place it on our uprights. And for the rungs, we're going to have it in line with the back side and leaving about a 1/4 inch space in the front. So we're going to line this one right in the corner here, like so, contacting the bottom level. Make sure everything's secured. And then we're going to take our brad nailer with 1 1/4 inch brad nails, and we're going to put one nail into each of the sides of the rungs. All right. And then we're going to take our 3 3/4 inch spacers, and we're going to use that to place our next rung. And we're placing those between the top of the first rung to the bottom of the next rung. So here with our spacers in place, we'll put a little bit of glue, place the rung so it's contacting the back side here, making sure we're still at 9 inches of spacing. Take our brad nailer and one in each side. And we're done. Remove our spacers, set them off to the side so we don't lose them. Take the 9-inch spacers out of it. And there's our rung. Wipe the excess glue. Place our spacers. It's got a little bit of wobble just because that's how the board is. But we'll correct that in final assembly. Get our rungs here. And some glue. Put it up against the back there. Secured and clear. Wipe the excess glue. Spacer, 3/4. Get the glue on the rung. With all the columns assembled, I'm going to take my palm router with a 1/8 inch roundover bit, and I'm going to clean up all the sharp edges on there before I get to full assembly. With everything cut and ready to go, we can start putting it together. All right, so first I'm going to take my end piece and I'm going to place the bottom side, the side with the rung flush to the back, and place that on my table like so. I'm also going to take this right angle here and I'm going to be placing it so the one side is pressed up against it, and I'm going to use that to sit this up like so. Secure that. I'm going to be using these clamps to hold it in place. Put a little glue on there, spread around, so the glue with the addition of the screw will hold it down. My piece here. Butt it up against level, or the square here. Move it a little bit closer. And then I'm also going to take these clamps here and press it down so that holds it nice and flush. Put that approximately center of the upright's leg and center this piece here. I'm also going to countersink the hole to make sure the head of the screw is fully inside the wood and doesn't stick out further than it should. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and place the screw in the upright. Get it down. Get our spacer. Now we're going to let this dry. I decided, in addition to the brad nails and glue, to add these L-style brackets to provide some additional holding power to the top support and the columns. With everything assembled, we can now take our tabletop and install it using our tabletop fasteners. I'm going to align my rack to where I want it on the tabletop to allow for our overhang. So I'm going to line it on both sides and get it exactly where I want. That's good. Now I'm going to take my tabletop fastener and I'm going to take it so the side with the screw opening is facing the table, and I'm going to slide it into the rung here, or the slot, and then I'm going to drill some pilot holes and I'm going to secure that down. So I don't drill too far into the table. I put a little bit of painter's tape on this drill bit to act as a stop, so I know when it starts scraping on the top of the table that I'm at the depth I need. Let's go ahead and put our pilot hole to this. Now I'm going to go ahead and screw this in. And there we go, and now we go to the next one. All right, everything is put together. Let's give it a test run. All right. Put a couple of different bottles on here. One on top. I think it turned out pretty good. When it gets a little warmer out, I'm more than likely going to stain it, kind of finish it up, do a little more light sanding, but it's good. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe.